Hi everybody, Marty Rubin, and I'm back for another segment of Marty's Corner. And we have two special guests today. Christian Fuentes Atherton, who's now I get a prize, right? Who's playing the driven, prideful, reluctant leader sometimes.
Yeah,
reluctant
absolutely.
leader.
Yeah.
And we'll get to Ramses. Okay, that's a big part in the show. And then we've got right over here. Let's see if I can remember it just as well. Casey Martin Klein.
That's right.
All right, that's all.
6 names.
This
2
could be
people.
like a law firm.
I know.
Who is playing the intimidating,
This guy.
rough, scary, manipulative Hotep, the high priest
That's right.
in the Prince of Egypt.
Yes.
So you better watch your back, because this guy's trouble. I mean,
I know.
Do you think your character Ramses is a little afraid of the high priest here?
I don't think he's as afraid as he should be.
Mm-hmm.
I think he actually doesn't understand how manipulative he is, which
Yes.
is why he's manipulated by him.
Yes.
But no, I don't think he actually gets it.
Right. And that your character has a lot of interesting relationships in that sometimes they're conflicting, and sometimes somebody wants you to succeed, and sometimes they don't. How do you navigate that? As the character.
I think that's the fun part, because that's very much like life, and so coming on stage and going through all these clashes makes it so interesting. Like, it's always so fun. It's
Right.
there's always something to do, some action to do, or to fight against, or to go after. Something's in my way, and so as the character, I'm really just riding the wave. I'm just riding the wave of the show. I'm not really driving anything, even though it is such a driving force, like as it comes across. I'm really just, he wants me to do this, I'll have to go do this. Or my dad wants me to do this, dang it, Dad, like I have to go do that
Yes.
now. Like, it's really fun. It's like a wave.
Oh yeah. So now it's got to be fun, Casey, playing the bad guy.
Mhm.
I mean,
Of course.
Although you're a bad guy, but maybe you're not a bad guy sometimes.
Yeah.
Is it fun?
It's definitely fun. He's just very convicted that what he thinks is right, but he's also incredibly entitled because of the way that he uses the threat of the power of the gods and everything
Right.
over Pharaoh and his family, and then eventually Prince Ramses. So it's
Yes.
the character, even though he is the villain of the story, he believes that he's right, which makes it very
right. Which helps you.
helps me try to be honest in how desperately I need them to follow the path that I expect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Christian, did you know the story of the Prince of Egypt when you auditioned for the role?
Yes, I did.
You had seen the animated movie or sort of stage production in London or any of that?
So I knew about the plot. I didn't see the stage production in London. No,
Right.
but I did know that Ramses was different than the movie.
Yes.
He wasn't like this main villain that is at the end just like mad that he doesn't get what he wants. I knew there was like a redemption arc to it.
Yes. Did you audition for Ramses or a different part?
Initially, I auditioned for Moses, and
wow.
then I did the call. They asked me to come back and dance, and then like 30 minutes after I danced, I was like, oh, it went well. I got an email to come back early the next day for Ramses, and so I learned that material overnight and came from work and auditioned.
Kind of you understand the two brothers knowing like both
Yeah,
parts of
yeah.
it. You were working on that,
Yeah, because I just had to learn his lines. From it was the same scene. It was the opening scene of when we're about to do the chariot ride, and
Yes.
I just did the other
That's
side.
a cool scene to the chariot,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So we're making a little history here on Marty's Corner because this is the first time that I've interviewed a husband and wife on Marty's Corner.
There you
And
go.
what I'm just so that everybody knows, your wife Jocelyn was Frenchie
Yes.
in Greece.
Mhm.
And do you think there's a world where Frenchie from Greece and Hotep, the high priest, can find love?
Well, I guess it's this world, but no, yeah, it's really fun. I mean, I think she's the reason I got this job, because I went into the audition and I did my audition. You do a lot of auditions, you sing your thing, whatever. and I was like, I'm Jocelyn Longquist's husband, and they were like, Jocelyn. I mean, she's like my best character
She was
reference.
terrific.
Yeah. So that was a good way to win. Anytime I can bring up her name, it's a good way to win people over.
I would imagine it's nice for you to you're both in the theater world, so you can support each other.
Absolutely.
In that regard, you understand what it means to have to travel and gig and
yes. Why I get home at 11:30 every night. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And the same when she was out here doing Greece. It was the same thing.
Yes.
You know what to expect.
Yes. I remember you came to. You weren't married then, though.
I didn't get to come to see that show. Actually,
okay.
I was cruising in Alaska.
I thought I remembered you coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was working on a cruise ship.
Yes.
But I did get to see videos. As an amazing production.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So, Christian, as a Marty's Corner fan, you know a sports reference is coming. Okay.
Yes.
So, are you ready?
I am
right.
ready.
I'm going to weave it all together, but I promise you it's going to come back to
I'm
theater.
along for the ride.
You ready? Okay, here we go. All right. So, if two baseball players, were drafted by the New York Yankees, okay, and they went to the minor leagues together, all right, played on the same team, okay, both got promoted up to the New York Yankees together, they would have formed a tremendous bond together. They've been through the highs, they've been through the lows, and there's a tremendous bond there. If one of those players gets traded to the hated Boston Red Sox, okay, then suddenly Christian's eyes are going like this.
I'm a Dodger fan, so I'm
okay, all right. So suddenly these good friends become hated rivals.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to weave it back to theater, all right? I'm talking about you and Moses. You guys love each other. You're brothers. You're, of course, it's life or death in Europe, and that baseball's not life or death, although some fans may think it is. But so now here it is, you and your brother Moses, who are tight, love each other, and think you're going to be together forever.
Yeah.
He doesn't get traded. He ends up he's leading the Jewish people, and it's going to be against you. So you're become hated rivals. How do you navigate? How does your character navigate the fact that you love him, but you are against him now?
I think that's the funnest part of the show is the play, because that's really where you see that come to fruition. Is when he's asking me to let his people go, and I'm like, it's not going to happen, man. And navigating it is actually quite easy because there's just so much to lean on. There's such a driving force in our ensemble that's behind me that I can play with and be oppose them and go after them.
Yeah.
And then my brother, who I still love in the scene, I just think he's wrong though. I think it's so.
But you're still protective of him though, to a certain degree.
To a certain degree, but it's almost like when you're playing with your siblings and you shove one down the stairs, but
with love, though.
With love, it's and you don't think twice about it because it is love, and nothing bad's going to happen to him. I think it's very much playing like that on stage, except of course, it's life or death in this sense. But as the character, you don't really think of it that way though all the time. It is just super simple, like these things that are happening, but it's not to the audience. Like the stakes are super super high, but it just doesn't feel that way. It feels very easy.
Where did you grow up?
So I grew up in LA. I lived there for 7 years.
That's why you're a Dodger fan.
Right.
Yes.
Everything LA sports. And then I moved to Colorado. I did my undergrad there.
And when did you start in theater?
I started in theater, I guess I theoretically started my junior year of high school. I think they needed someone, and so I got in without auditioning, like a month before. We did Little Women. But I was always a choir kid. I didn't like being on stage. I had a lot of stage fright. And so then my senior year is when I actually auditioned. They really wanted me to, and we did Guys and Dolls.
Yes.
I was the lead of that.
Oh, that's nice. That's the first show we ever did here.
Oh,
Guys
good,
and Dolls.
good,
Yes,
good show.
Wow.
So Casey, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Rockville, Maryland.
Okay.
Right outside of D.C. And then my dad was a Navy civilian, so we moved to Fredericksburg, Virginia. So I've always been in the D.C. kind of area.
Right. And then when did you realize theater? I have a passion for
I
theater.
definitely have a different story. I started really young. I started as a ballet dancer when I was 6 years old. I really wanted to be a tap dancer because I saw this guy tap. I thought it was cool. but they only had a ballet class with tap at the end. It was like a combo class. So
Right.
I was doing that, and I ended up hating tap and loving ballet. So I did that for a while, and sang in church in the choir, and did my first musical when I was 9. I did Annie Warbucks, the sequel to Annie.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I played Senator Vandenberg, and I had 3 lines, and I forgot them all. Yeah, but it ignited the passion. So
That's
yeah.
cool. That's cool. Christian, you mentioned stage fright before.
Yeah.
So how did you get over stage fright?
I just did it. Truthfully, I think you realize that it's not as bad as it seems.
Right.
I think you realize that with preparation, that it's very easy to be up here. It's nothing different than studying for a test. And I think you realize if you want to be good at it, if you really love it, you shouldn't be scared of it.
Yes.
That was like the big thing for me is, if this is my career, then I can't be afraid of doing it.
Right.
I mean, maybe just a little bit, but like,
Right. I gotta step out of my comfort zone a little bit.
yeah, and I think that's why I do it, is because it makes you feel alive. It makes you, there's nothing like it, and so it's good to have. I still have a little bit of it, and it's good to tap into it every now and
Right.
then.
That it's good. Like I know before a ball game, I had those butterflies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And if I didn't get the butterflies, something's wrong.
We're
Right?
gonna play ball,
So,
yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any rituals or any superstitions that you have to do? Or let's just say on the way to the theater, I'm thinking, how do you get your game face on? Do you look at the on the Long Island Railroad and stare down all the passages to get you in the mood to play this tough guy?
I try not to, but I think sometimes I do go there. No, I think
I'm not going to read about you.
Right? No, I hope not. People underestimate, I think, how much focus it requires to do this, and
Right.
so I definitely notice an impact on how the show goes based on where my headspace is. So I just try to get focused best I can, and make sure you say hello to people, because like Christian and I, we like have some moments together where like I just look at him and laugh. And it's, I don't know why, we just have that relationship. So it's like doing that backstage, like make
Right.
sure I find and be like, hey man, your
Right.
face, and then and then we go out on stage, so that we don't do it out here. But it's a focus thing.
That's
Yeah.
good. Christian, when the
It's true.
It's
true,
funny.
it's true.
I used to tap the the edge of home plate before I got up to bat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And if I did not tap the edge of the plate, I did not feel comfortable in my at bat.
Mhm.
So whatever makes you loose and comfortable,
Yeah.
When the show's over, your performance, and the echoes of the cheering and from the standing ovation, fades away, what do you want the audience to feel when they're leaving the Argyle Theater?
I think I want them to feel excited about what we're doing up here. I want them to feel like they got something from this.
Yeah.
That we made them just feel anything. I don't know if I would want them to feel bad or sad or happy. I want it to affect them in some way. That's kind of why we do it. As storytellers and as actors. And I think as long as an opinion is formed, then we did our job.
Yes.
I don't care what that opinion is, but just if you felt moved by me or by something that Jeffrey did or Moses or Casey, then great. Like
Yeah.
that,
Exactly. What do you think, Casey, the message of the Prince of Egypt
The message of the Prince of Egypt. I mean, I think the message is that redemption is possible. That that we as people carry a lot of shame and a lot of different experiences that are deeply human, and that there is a path to escape that, to get to the other side of it. And
Yes.
so, definitely agree with what Christian said, that want people to feel whatever, but just hope that they can leave this theater and know that there's a path forward
Yes.
out of whatever situation they're in. That
Yeah.
hope.
I think
that's what the
well
show's
said.
about.
That's well said.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great songs in the show.
Yes.
The two of you are not really in a song together. You might sing at each other a bit.
Yeah.
But I would love, I know there's a one time that you sort of sing something directly to Ramses.
Yeah, I
Can
do.
you just give us that few second message
Yeah.
that you sing there.
I do sing this to Ramses, but I'm gonna sing it to everybody watching in Marty's Corner because this is your message for why you should come see the Prince of Egypt.
I love it. I love it.
This is why you were born. This is what you were made for.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Guys, thank you so much for being on Marty's Corner.
Yeah.
This show is so terrific. You got to come out. We play Wednesday through Sunday, and we go straight through to June 7th. And we can't wait to see you at the Argyle Theater.